Welcome back. I'm Tristan Gutner from Tristan Gutner Coaching. In this video, we are looking at the following topic: how to maximize your mindset to unlock your true potential. Your business can only go as far as your mindset can take you. It starts and stops with your mindset. Because really, your mindset determines everything. There are so many opportunities available to all of us. So many ways to thrive, to grow, to serve, to generate abundance for ourselves and others. However, we will only see the opportunities to do so that are in harmony with our current state of mind. I'm going to talk about that in the next video in much more depth. So for now, we're going to just say this. Your mindset determines absolutely everything in your business and your life. So here's a quick way to think about this that's more scientific and empirical. Your thoughts create feelings. Those feelings tend to determine the actions you take, and the actions you take determine the results you create in your life or your business. So it's a very clean mathematical equation. A lot of people, when they hear the word mindset, start to think it's pretty far out or new age or woo-woo or whatever it is they think. But this is scientific, my friends. So you can think about it even like this. Your mind affects your physiology. If you were to pause this video and think of going to your favorite restaurant, and you take 15 seconds, you close your eyes, you imagine smelling the food, and then the food arrives at your table, and you take a bite, and you really sunk into that imagined experience. If you are monitoring your physiology and your chemistry and everything going on in your biological organism, you would see so many chemical reactions happening simply based on the thoughts that you were having and the feelings they generated. So what we call a feeling is just a series of chemical reactions in the body. Here's why this is significant and why I'm talking about it at all. People say, well, how do my thoughts affect the reality I'm walking around in? Because your thoughts affect your physiology. And based on your physiology, you start to make certain choices. And those choices create the results that we call our life or our business. So your thoughts determine your feelings, determine your actions, which determine your results. So mindset is what sets this sequence in motion. Mindset is just the state of consciousness or awareness that a human being is in a given moment. And everything is birthed from there. Everything moves outward from that place within us, from wherever our mindset is focused. So I love the following example. I think it's really powerful. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks a lot about some of the most successful people in the United States the first half of the 20th century. One of the people he talks about a lot is Henry Ford. A very famous story from that book and from Napoleon Hill's direct interactions with Henry Ford is the following story about developing the V8 engine. Henry Ford had a vision for a V8 engine that was cast from a single block of steel. It had never been created, and he saw it in his mind's eye, and he told his engineers, I want this. Do not come to me until it is developed. They all, when they were given the vision and he sort of drew out what he saw, they all said, it's impossible. It's never been done, and we can't do it. We cannot build a V8 engine from a single block of steel. It's not going to happen. He said, go do it. I don't want to hear that. Go create it. They worked for 6 months. He checked in with them. He said, what do you got? Nothing. It's impossible. So they were still in the same frame of mind. He said, it's not impossible because I have seen it. And I know that we are to create this thing. So go do it. I don't want to hear from you until it's done. A year later, same results. It's impossible. We haven't come up with anything. He said, that's unacceptable. Keep going. I know we can do this. And then one day, out of the blue, one of those engineers had a breakthrough. And they were able to cast this V8 engine out of a single piece of steel. And Henry Ford's story obviously moves on from there to great success. What this story illustrates is the following. Henry Ford had a vision for what he knew he wanted to create. He had a true desire in his heart, and he knew he was meant to bring it out into the world. His mindset was the thing that allowed him to persevere and not quit. Imagine for 6 months, the top experts in the world, the top engineers in the world saying, we can't do this. 6 more months Same thing. It's very hard for a human being to stay true to their vision when that's the case. When the environment or the appearance or form of things is suggesting that something is impossible. I've seen the same thing in my business. I'll share a really quick anecdote because I think it might be helpful. When I first started coaching about 6 years ago, I lived in North Carolina at the time. I had no intention of living in Los Angeles, no intention of ever moving out of North Carolina, quite frankly. And I started my coaching business, and very quickly I started to have the vision, I don't know where it came from, doesn't particularly matter, of coaching people out here in Hollywood. And I remember at the time thinking, like, that is a very bizarre idea. I have no connection to LA or to Hollywood. I'm certainly not moving there. I just sort of noticed it and moved on, but it was very persistent. It just kept showing up in my awareness. And if I'm being honest, it was exciting. I thought it would be really fun to do that. And I loved the idea of helping a single person. And by helping that single person, that work and that help could radiate out to millions or billions of people, depending on that person's reach. So I loved the idea, but I thought it was pure fantasy. One thing leads to another, and I am now out here doing exactly what I saw in my vision 6 years ago. So it was very easy in many moments to doubt the vision, to want to quit on it. But just because of the study that I've done and my own commitment to myself, I, over many years, cultivated a mindset that said, I don't care how unlikely this is or how impossible it seems. This is what I want, and I'm going to do this thing. And here we are. And there's a million stories like this. So mindset in both of those stories is what made those things possible. And for many other people, what made their dream or their vision impossible, because they were ready to quit the second something looked like it wasn't going to work. So I want to take a moment to just explain how mindset works in a very simple, very tactical or empirical way. So we have a conscious mind, and that's the part of the mind that is observing what's going on around us and can choose information as true or false. So it sees something and says, I don't really like that. I don't think that's true. It can hear an idea and say, I do like that. That feels true. So it is the natural filtration system of our state of mind. Now, there's also the subconscious mind. And until about the age of 7, we're pure subconscious mind. So we don't have the higher functioning of the conscious mind that can pick and choose and accept certain information and reject it. We're pure subconscious mind for about 7 years. So it means all we're doing is receiving information, and it goes in and goes in and goes in. We're just like a sponge, and it stores all of that information. So whatever beliefs that we take in during those times, the ones handed down by our environment or our parents or our caregivers, we walk around with, you could almost think of it like an operating system in a computer. We're walking around with this operating system, this subconscious mind that's always running in the background, and it's always evaluating what's going on around us. So it's looking at opportunities, at threats. Is this safe? Is this not safe? Is this going to lead somewhere I want? Is this not going to lead somewhere I want? And it makes all of the decisions, or informs all our decisions based on those reflections. This is where things get challenging for us as humans in the realm of mindset. We perceive with our 5 senses. We take in information through our 5 senses. The challenge is this. What we're taking in through our 5 senses is then filtered through the beliefs that are stored in our subconscious mind that we took on before the age of 7. So they're not ideas that as fully formed adults we chose and said, I believe that and it really makes sense. It's just the beliefs of a small child. So we take in all this information, we filter it through our subconscious, and then what happens is when it filters through our subconscious, it then affects, as we said, thoughts, feelings, actions. It affects the actions we take. Then we go and take action in the world and create results that are in harmony with the thoughts and the limiting beliefs in our subconscious mind. So we take action, we create results, we observe those results, we filter them through our senses and through our subconscious mind, and it becomes this feedback loop that can be very difficult to step out of, because we're seeing results that are consistent with our past beliefs. So we create what it is that we focus on. We're consistently focused on what we believe is true or not true. We take actions that are in harmony with those beliefs, and all we can ever do is create results that are harmonious with those actions and those beliefs. So we need to change what it is that we focus on if we want to create different results. I hope that makes sense the way I said it. Please ask me some questions if not. So we have this very complex mechanism going on that determines our mindset. If it's unchecked, what happens is we're walking around with a mindset almost like a 2 or 3-year-old. This is true, this is not true. I'm not going to take risks that would threaten my safety at a certain level. Some of which is helpful, but some of which is very unhelpful and can only keep us stuck. It can only keep us right where we are. So the opportunity that we all have is to change our mindset by changing what it is that we focus on. Because again, what we focus on, we tend to create more of. So having said that, I want to talk about your vision for a second. And this is how you can really start to unlock your true potential. Your vision for your business, for your life, for your role as a leader in your community. Your vision was given to you and you alone. It is unique to you. And it's given to you so you can create something amazing. Again, we're given that vision to go serve others. Whatever the vision is, that's what it's there for. That's why we have it in the first place, is to go help people. So we're given this amazing vision. It's going to take life forward for many people. It's going to take our lives forward. However, we're also given a set of beliefs that tend to get us to question if we're capable of fulfilling the vision. We tend to carry around beliefs that more affirm our limitation rather than support an expanded sense of what we're capable of. So you never really know what you're truly capable of. You will never really know your true potential if you are consistently shutting down your vision because you think you can't achieve it, or because you're scared of who you have to become in order to do it, or because you think you might fail and the idea of failing or people seeing you fail is very threatening. So the idea is we need to give our vision more space. We need to tend to that vision and to feed it, because in the beginning, it's quite fragile. So one of the things I always tell people before I get into the step-by-step here, one of the things I always tell people is if you have a big vision for your life and your business and your service, only share it with those who you know are going after something big in their own life. Only share it with those who can actually support your vision and believe in you. And that's a little bit tricky because a lot of people have capped their potential, have capped what they're capable of in their own minds. So when you come to them with this big, beautiful idea of how you want to go change the world or how you want to go serve people, they're only going to be able to support it to the degree that they believe they're capable of doing something like that. So I always tell people, be really, really discerning in who you choose to share your big vision with, because it's very fragile at the beginning. It's like this little seed that you've planted, and it's just starting to send up a shoot through the soil. That shoot needs to be cared for. If it gets a big rainstorm, it's going to get crushed. When you allow other people's self-doubt to influence how you think about yourself, it's like a huge rainstorm coming on that tiny shoot. So find a few people that you can share it with, who you know are not going to project their own self-doubt onto your vision, who you know are going to stand in your corner, who absolutely believe in you. The idea is when we get this vision, we want to go share it with everyone because we're excited. But if we share it with the wrong people, if we share it with people who are going to shut it down because of their own sense of limitation or fear, it can be a very damaging and very painful experience. So choose your inner circle wisely, who you're going to share that vision with, and certainly who you're going to ask for guidance within that. Only ask guidance from people who have gone before you, who you know have stretched beyond what they thought was possible for themselves and really gone big in their own life or business. So here are some very practical steps to start to maximize your mindset and unlock your true potential. These steps come from one of my favorite books on earth called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. I highly recommend you read that book and study it backwards and forwards. I have probably read and also listened to on Audible this book upwards of 25 times in the past 3 years. It is an absolute gem. So the first step is this, and we covered this in the first video. Get clear on your vision. Have a vision for what you really want in your life and your business. and be really honest about what it is. Don't cap your vision to match your beliefs. Expand your beliefs to match the breadth and the size of your vision. So define a clear vision for yourself. Second, be really clear on what your purpose is for this vision. This would be your why. So if your purpose is just, I want to make $1 billion because I never want to have to worry about money again, that purpose is actually connected to fear and self-doubt rather than service. So get clear on why you really want what it is you want and make sure it's a purpose that actually serves life. Third, and this is where the mindset component really starts to come in, have faith in your vision and do not allow any ideas of doubt to take root. So when you're here and you want to go here, again, there's a big gap like we've already talked about. It's very easy to look at that gap and start to have doubt. And it's very easy to then start to entertain ideas like, I don't know if this is possible. Am I good enough? So the idea here is remain focused on the vision, have your purpose for why, and remain filled with faith that your vision will be accomplished. It was given to you so it could be accomplished. So you must be supported to fulfill it. Do not allow self-doubt to enter in. One of the ways you can do that is with the exercise I gave you in the earlier video, which is when you feel self-doubt start to creep in, change your focus and focus on what it feels like to already have fulfilled the vision. So see yourself living as that person. See yourself assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard puts it. So you're feeling what it feels like to already be successful. In that moment, you've taken your focus off of what happens if I fail and putting it onto, I've already succeeded. I've already won. This is already my reality. It changes your focus. That focus, that change in focus, then changes the thoughts you think, the feelings you feel, the actions you take, and the results that you will go create. And the last piece is this, and it's connected to the faith piece. Practice feeling gratitude for the vision already being fulfilled. Take time every day, morning and night, all throughout your day. Take little moments of time to feel grateful for the fact that it's already done. What this does is it puts you in a framework or in a mindset of positive expectation. It trains yourself to no longer focus on what could go wrong or what if it fails. It trains you to focus on this is an inevitable success. This is an inevitability. Of course, this vision is going to be fulfilled. And if we're focused there, it allows us to start to see the opportunities to make that our reality, and it gives us the courage to actually act on those opportunities. So in the final video, I'll be talking about how to recognize and then act on the opportunities that show up. But these 4 steps are the things that will set you up to do that. Having a clear vision, having a clear purpose, why you want that vision, staying in faith, meaning you do not entertain thoughts of how this might not work. You do not focus on how it might fail or what might go wrong. And 4th, practice feeling gratitude for the vision already fulfilled. All right, I hope this has been helpful. Again, I'm Tristan Gutner from Tristan Gutner Coaching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.